Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Productions channel here at YouTube. So, for today's video is very interesting since I'm not doing any reviews. This list, of course, is a six number list. Let me turn this TV down. Let's just move on. This is, of course, a six number list of albums or EPs that I could have been reviewing. But the thing is, I just didn't have enough material for it to actually, to review. But I still liked them. I still definitely wanted to, drop them, recommend them. So, that's basically this. So, as you can see, this is, of course, is the 6 Bandcamp 2017 releases that are definitely worth checking out, at least in my opinion. So let's finally get into my list that I made here. I was almost thinking about printing this list out, but you know what? I think I'll probably be able to, just look at my computer screen here. So, definitely really no particular order or anything. I'm not going to go from 6 to 1 because this is not a best. Just a recommendations list. So, coming in number 1, definitely is very interesting, is Lika I Commandos, who are a Croatian heavy psych rock kind of band. And their only album at this point is titled Kefter Gotha, and it was, of course, was released on January 5th, 2017, and it's very much has a kind of a psychedelic feel at times, especially if you listen to the very last track, which is just, this is basically psychedelic to the core, and it's actually, though, very good. It has some heavy moments. It's not a completely heavy record. It's like if you were to take, like, The Doors and maybe, mix it with, like, maybe Led Zeppelin, maybe some Pink Floyd thrown there. I mean, like, probably I think the best one is either, like, Grand Funk Railroad at times. It's just kind of that same sort of vibe. So it's like 1969, 70, 71, 72 era kind of stuff here. But it's definitely worth checking out, and it's got some good stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, it's definitely, worth checking out. Let me see what we're doing for time. Oh, we're doing fine. Alright, so number 2 is, of course, Strandos Azul, who are a Brazilian rock band, though not like Blind Horse, but definitely are in there. It's like they don't have a heavy psych thing to them. They're just pure and simple blue-collar rock. Very 70s influence, of course. Their self-titled album here, which is right now, again, their only album that they have out, was released on April 28th on 2017. When it's very just rock. It has, even at times, almost a southern rock influence here and there. You probably can hear a bit of the Greg Allman Band, or maybe a little bit of Leonard Skinner thrown there. You'll hear a bit of that, but you also get some straight up hard rock on this record. So it definitely has a lot of like that 70s hard rock feel. It's definitely not like the Lika I Commandos album Kefter Gotha. It's definitely more straight ahead rock. And it's definitely a great album. I could have reviewed it, but I just didn't have enough material. But it still is, again, worth recommending. And again, a lot of the songs on the album are all sung in Brazilian, so I would have been just fucking up every... Same goes for the Kefter Gotha album by Lika I Commandos. I just would have been fucking up on the whole... just the words, the name, titles, and everything. So, but that's why it's on here, and why it's a part of the Bandcamp 2017 releases that are worth checking out. Doing great. Alright, so coming at number 3 is a very odd one. Kind of interesting, though. It's an EP. It's from a band called Ulls. Like U-L-L-S. You can see by the logo that just came up. And of course, it's a 3-track EP, and it's titled 1, maybe L. I think it's just only titled Ulls 1. and it was released on August 17th. And Rules, of course, are based out of Spain, and this time it's more straight up prog, very proggish, very jazzy at times. You can hear some early Genesis, some early Yes, and some of it, but it's all instrumental. A lot of it is very instrumental pieces, and there's no singing at all. It's just all instrumental prog, and it's very cool. Not bad. And I probably could have easily even done a review if I wanted to, but the thing is, because of that, that's all I would say. But it's a very interesting piece, definitely worth checking out. And I'll definitely, I think at the end of the video or so, in the description box, I'll leave a lot of links to most of these releases here. I'll be name dropping after this, but still, just a very interesting, cool piece to definitely check out. Alright, so now at number 4 is Electric Mountain's only album at this point. It's self-titled, and it was released on May 19th, and they are based out of Mexico. And Electric Mountain are, well, just straight up, no BS, stoner rock. And it's very heavy. It's not doom, but it just sounds like it's real rugged, real raw, real dirty stoner rock. Almost has kind of a 90s feel, like almost kind of, even at times maybe a little bit like Queens of the Stone Age, but just dirtier and rougher around the edges. And it's definitely great. And of course, most of the songs are all instrumental. There is definitely some vocals on some of these songs, but for the most part, it's very instrumental. But the thing is, there's nothing really interesting to them. It just sounds like one whole giant jam session. So it's definitely one of the, if you're really into stoner rock and stuff like that, this is definitely going to be a great listen from start to finish. So definitely, again, worth checking out. Coming on number 5 is another Mexican metal band. Actually, it's time to get into the metal anyways, because that was it for all the rock. I could have stated that at the beginning of the video, but I just wanted to go headlong in. So, coming out of Mexico, of course, are Electric Messiah, and this is right now their only album. This could easily be considered maybe an EP, but it gets passed off as an album. This, of course, showed up on that new wave traditional heavy metal full albums dude on YouTube, but the album, of course, was released on September 7th, and it's a very cool metal release. It's not bad. It's definitely great. Probably not something I didn't really feel like reviewing, but it's got some great, almost progressive at times, but it's not. It's fast, but it's got a real raw edge to it, and it's actually a pretty cool heavy metal piece. It's not going to break down a whole lot of barriers, but it just has some great musicianship, some great vocals, which at times kind of reminds me of the singer for Trance. Of course, I mean, a little similar to like German metal bands such as Living Death, but still, just a great release. Definitely one I definitely do recommend checking out. Alright, so the last one I'm definitely recommending, and I saved the best EP for last. I almost went to do a review for this, but since this is basically almost like a sampler EP for what is about to come from this band, from what I've heard, it's like I really struggled to really put this, but because of that, from the news I heard, this is great. This, of course, is Natural 20 from Enchant, who are based out of Detroit, Michigan, and the Natural 20 EP was released on August 16th, and this is one hell of a metal EP. This is basically what metal is. You know, like how you got those important distributed albums. You know, like, for example, like, the stuff you expect on some of those U.S. metal comps or those U.S. metal LPs from the underground that were coming out either like New York or L.A. or to some extent. They're just the ones that just had a real heavy, raw sound. Basically, this is what Enchant will bring. There is kind of a doomy feel to it, but just how it sounds more like classic, old school, just straight to the bone kind of US metal here. And the EP for 3 tracks is just jaw-dropping in a way, because it's just heavy, just so metallic sounding, raw, almost like Anvil at times. Has an Anvil feel, just all kinds of, it's like even something you expect off the Metal Storm label, or Azra records, or stuff like that, or Metalworks. Like, there's a stuff that you would expect. There's just pure blue collar, straight to the bone kind of metal. Even another band I would also kind of compare them to, I'm kind of forgetting, is what's that band? They were on Pentagram Records. I'm gonna look them up here real quick. God damn, I can't think of the name right now. Here we go. Real quick. Real quick here. Oops. I know I'm taking quite a bit long here. But here we go. Isn't this fun? But it's great. Dead Engine. Finally, just looking up the record label on Metal Archives. Dead Engine. Kind of similar to that as well. And it's just great. So, but the thing, again, it's time to get to the reason why I put it on the list and why I had to, is because of this is going to lead to an actual full-length album. And in a way, this is almost a kind of a teaser. But because of that, it's why I'm kind of putting off from actually reviewing something from them for my actual, or doing just an actual review, is because I want to wait for the actual full-length album because of this. Because this is just that damn good. Sometimes you have to savor some things. Because when it comes, it's going to be a sweet moment. Really good. Definitely recommended. Actually, probably of all the bands here, this is probably the one I am recommending the most. It's like, this is a Nasty Metal Productions, pretty much just a recommendation. Definitely one I am definitely choosing for those who have to check this out. You have to. So, with that, all 6 of the stuff here, I'll definitely be leaving links to their Bandcamp pages in the description box. You can all check them out. So, with that, just pretty cool. I might do more of this kind of these Bandcamp releases that are worth checking out. Stuff like that. But still, this was one I had to do, and these were all ones that were all considerable for reviewing. But because I really didn't have much material for them, and with all the time, this is where, and it's a good enough. So, it gives me a new interesting video to do. So, if you have heard of some of these bands here, or haven't, definitely let me know what you think, whatever you thought of them, if you ever checked them out, or if I introduced it to them and you just checked them out because of this. So, all let me know in the description box, or the comment section, whatever. So, until then, I'll definitely be on to doing the album review. So, until then, this is Heavy Thrasher, say I'm out. I'll see you again here soon. Take care.